Okay, so you're supposed to, all this that we've been talking about, that God saw how beautiful the church was, made all creation just for her. Well, we're supposed to see all that in our wives specifically. And it's not just, this isn't just some concept that can be transferred to any woman. It's specifically the person you're married for, because there's one person who's Christ, his head and body. There's one body, the church, one spirit that animates, and one bride. So this reality of the church isn't transferable between everybody. We do see aspects of it, like obviously the church as mother, we see in our mothers, and different relationships like that. But this aspect of church as bride, in a very special way, we can only see in our spouse. And that's one of the reasons adultery and looking at other women is so dangerous. Actually, the Bible talks about that idolatry, it always compares idolatry to what sin? Adultery. Because we don't like how we see the church, basically. We don't like how God reaches us through the church, the person we're married to. So the devil offers us these enticing fantasies, but that's all they are, is fantasies. And I really like how Henry de Lubac talks about this. He says, and he's talking about the church here, but it works just as well in marriage. If we are contemptuous of paradise, we shall never be fed nor given drink, right? And some people might say, well, a lot of times it's really hard to see that my wife is the most beautiful person, or to see the church in her. Well, that's true, but it's much harder, if you think about it and are honest with yourself, it's much harder for Christ to see the church in you. You cover it up even more if you're honest with yourself. You know that. It's hard to see that beauty of the church in you. But he does it for you. Otherwise you wouldn't be saved. Because Jesus doesn't give himself up just for some individuals randomly, or even us as a community. He gave himself up for his bride, the church. And we're saved only in as much as he sees his bride, the church, in us.